3.
Boa tarde, Brasil. Boa tarde, galera do Rev Culture. Mais um sabadum, e o sabadum ele tem sido bastante doom. E quando a gente aí traz uma agenda especial, ela é mega especial. E antes de apresentar o nosso convidado aí, né, queria dar boas-vindas para o Maurício, Mog Records. Bem-vindo, Maurício.
Obrigado, tamo aí, beleza?
Bem-vindo, Ivan. Ivan de volta ao Heavy Culture, né? O bom
Sumido.
filho, a casa volta.
Depois de alguns problemas pessoais resolvidos, estou de volta aí. É um prazer estar com a equipe aí.
Bem-vindo, Christian, The Usurper,
aí.
from Porto Alegre. E welcome, Dave Ingram.
Hello, fellas. How's it going? Thanks for having me on the show. I appreciate that.
Ok. Eu vou começar lascando aqui para a gente fazer um aquecimento, né? Eu queria perguntar pro David o seguinte, né? Que o Scriptures foi de 2020 e foi um verdadeiro soco no estômago, né? É um lançamento, assim, que foi unânime. Eu queria perguntar para ele, após um ano desse lançamento, como ele analisa esse trabalho, enfim, como é que ele enxergou esse retorno, quais foram as repercussões, etc. Pode começar?
Okay. So George was asking about the scriptures like released in 2020, and it was a punch straight to the stomach. Okay. So how are you dealing with this, and what are the expectations for the tours? Because we are like 1 year, no tours on hold. So what can you tell us about it?
Well, actually, it's been, for Benediction, it's been 2 years since we played a gig. It'll be 2 years on the 21st of December. So, yeah. And in fact, in that 2 years, I've only seen the band for a few hours when we got together to record the videos. It was sort of in between the lockdowns. So we're struggling. I mean, we've just had to cancel some shows in Sweden because of this new wave. I can't even remember how many waves there've been now, but
the fourth, I think.
Yeah, it's just it's tough for us, and also for every band, and also people who want to go and see live music.
Yeah,
it's I don't know. Can we swear on this? Can you say bad words?
Yes.
Okay. I had to check. Because it is absolutely fucking
don't
shit.
don't be so rude. Calm down, don't be so rude. Okay, but calm down.
Ok, I'm gonna give the Portuguese version aqui. Bom, eles estão 2 anos parados por causa da pandemia, tá? Eles lançaram o Scriptures, mas o Benediction ficou 2 anos parado. Eles mal conseguiram se reunir ali para gravar os vídeos, né? E na sequência, quando tinha algum show marcado, já teve que cancelar por causa da onda nova, né? Do Covid que tá pegando aí. Então, tipo, o disco foi gravado, mas não tem turnê nenhuma ainda, né? Então, tipo, a galera lá deve estar mais louca para tocar esse disco aí do que qualquer coisa. Eu vou fazer um adicional aqui. Well, it's like 2 years of scriptures, no tours. How do you feel about it? Like, what are the expectations for the tour for this album?
Well, we've got so many shows lined up, and they keep getting postponed. They keep getting moved, right? And it's really frustrating, you know, because we've got this album that, and I'm going to say it myself, I'm going to blow my own horn. We've got this really banging album that we're very proud of. Thank you. And we're very proud of it. And we want to go out and play it live. You know, and we had a difficult job choosing the songs we were going to play for a start. We just want to get out there and play it and bring it to people. But we can't right now. Yeah. But hopefully, eventually, we will. Let's all keep our fingers crossed and get the vaccines and wear your masks. Let's bring the numbers down and we'll get back to normal, or close to normal anyway.
Yeah.
Also, can I just say hello to all the people who are in the chat or watching and tuning in?
Yes.
I see the names pop up, and there's a few of my friends here. So
hi
everyone. So and also Bella is here. She's asleep in my lap. She's kind of camera shy, but just in case she disappears, I also brought the cyber leader here over my shoulder. So there's always a backup.
Ok. Bom, speaking in Portuguese a little bit here. Bom, eles estão bem frustrados com essa onda aí, né? Eles não conseguiram fazer turnê nenhuma ainda do Scriptures, tá? Então, tipo, tinha vários shows aí, mas não tá rolando nada e, tipo, tá difícil, né? Eles esperam que o pessoal fique todo vacinado logo, né? E que no final dê tudo certo, né? Eles gastaram um tempão pra fazer o disco. Foi bem difícil escolher as músicas certas, assim. Ele falou ali, né? O disco é excelente, é um disco feito para bater cabeça mesmo, tá muito bom, mas frustra um pouco o fato de tu não conseguir executar ele ao vivo, né? Porque, tipo, fazia tempo, né? Aí o Benediction vem com uma pedrada dessas e tu não pode mostrar, então, tipo, isso é meio xarope pra eles lá. Vai lá, então.
Agora eu
os dois clipes que eles lançaram também deu um aperitivo bem forte assim para os fãs, né? Foi uma coisa que chamou a atenção bastante, né?
Sim, isso aí deu. Tu quer que eu pergunte alguma coisa em relação aos vídeos?
Pode falar sobre os clipes, como é que foi formular, porque são clipes bem, digamos, bem simples, mas impactantes, né? Porque a gente tava com uma sede enorme de ouvir o Benediction com a formação, digamos, quase clássica deles, né?
Okay, Ivan was talking about the videos you recorded for the Scriptures. They were simple but very good, and the songs too. How was to record the videos while we were expecting for the album? It was amazing because we could see partially almost the original lineup playing there, so it was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it was recorded in England, in the north of England, a town called Sheffield, and stop licking me. And I got friends there, so it was great to go there and see them, and then get to shoot the videos as well. It was they were both done on the same day, and we had a great time. We had a really great time doing it, and. Like the director, the guy who did the videos, he brought in that chair and put it down because he said, like, well, at the time I'd only had one of my hips replaced, so I was still struggling with the other one. I was still having some pain. So he said, okay, for this second video, just sit down and do it from the chair. So I think it worked really well. Plus, I got wine, so I was happy.
Ok. So, os dois vídeos foram feitos praticamente no mesmo dia, assim, numa cidadezinha no norte da Inglaterra. E no segundo vídeo ele cantou sentado na cadeira porque ele já estava meio, ainda não conseguia, tinha se recuperado direito ainda das costelas, mas aí o cara, diretor, né, levou uma cadeira e disse, não, grava sentado na cadeira, o que funcionou bastante pro vídeo, tá? E ele ainda aproveitou para ganhar um vídeo.
Ele teve uma licença poética de gravar sentado, né?
Ele pode.
Christian, tu tem alguma...
Não, pode ir
Eu queria Maurício. Perguntar para ele que... Era eu, né? Era Maurício?
Não, fala, Maurício. Então, Maurício fala.
Eu queria perguntar para ele que quando ele entrou na banda no
Maurício pergunta.
Isso, quando ele entrou na banda no The Grand Leveler, teve uma mudança um pouco significativa nas letras, assim, abordando mais temas de fatos reais, e algumas letras se referiam à ciência humana, assim, né? Ele tem leituras sobre esses assuntos em específico?
Vai lá, Maurício.
Okay. Dave, Ivan is asking about when you put the record, the Grand Leveler, the lyrics were a little different because some lyrics were talking about the human things and another completely different. What can you tell us about it? Do you have some reading on these topics, or was just something natural how it happened?
I think it was what it was at the time and where I was at here. Things I was reading, things I was watching, whether movies or TV shows. It's all related to that period of my life. And back then I was 21, 22 years old. So that's holy shit, that's 30 years ago. Fuck. But yeah, it's a different mindset. So you're in a different place. And certainly am now, because you've got all those following 30 years, the life experience that goes with it. So it's just a different place. And I look back on the lyrics, and you could transpose them to modern times. There's I think that's a good thing.
Pandemic, because pandemic makes things about things, right? Pandemic made us all. Some people have changed their mindset about how life is because of all this trouble, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a lot of songs coming out on death metal bands who are doing songs about the pandemic, about the virus, about all this. So I didn't want to jump on that bandwagon because we're actually in the process of writing new material now. So I'm going to leave it to other people to do that. I've got my things to write about. So, are you leaving, Bella? Okay, off you go. Bella says goodbye.
Oh.
ele falou, pessoal, que sobre as letras, Ivan, as letras eram o que eles estavam pensando na época, né? 30 anos atrás, ele tinha um pouco de leitura sobre esses assuntos também. E era o que estava acontecendo, muita coisa que ele via, e que essas letras poderiam até ser encaixadas no dia de hoje, elas acabam sendo mais, mas era geralmente por coisas que estavam vivendo e coisas que pensavam, né? E a mentalidade, o mindset naquela época era um pouco diferente, ok?
Legal. É contigo, Mog.
Posso fazer mais? Okay.
Vai lá.
Dave, another question. Yeah. Back in the day, when you talk about Birmingham, everybody knows about Black Sabbath and some bands all over the place. The question is personal. How does it feel for you when you remember that we have the same cradle, or it's just for you a coincidence, or it was like a delight for you when you think about it? That we were born in the same place.
Well, so I didn't hear any of that. Sorry, the connection jumped.
Okay. It's okay now?
I think so.
Let's try again. Okay. Back in the day, when we talk about Birmingham, okay?
Yeah.
When you think about Black Sabbath and the Cradle, and Benediction was born there too, right? With the Benediction. In your viewpoint, your point of view, how does it feel? It's okay when you think about it, or it was just a coincidence to having been born in a place like that because of all the history?
Yeah, just a coincidence. Actually, I wasn't born in Birmingham. I was born a few miles away from it. A little place called Bloxwich is where I was brought up. It's a small place. But we moved to Birmingham when I was very young. So yeah, it's just a coincidence, and I think where Birmingham is, it's as an area, it's very industrial, and I think that's what gave people that heavy metal head when they write music, because it's the sounds of industry all the time. When I used to stay at my grandparents' house in Bloxwich, where I was born, there was a factory just at the back of the house, and I would wake up every day listening to the boom, boom, boom of the foundry that they had there. Every single day. I can still remember that same sound right now, and I'll take it with me all my life. And yeah, that's it. It's that sound of the industry that sort of built the world. It was the Industrial Revolution, right? Well, it began in that area, and it will stick with me forever. And I'm thinking that it sort of sets in the mind of musicians and helps them with that heavy metal sound. I mean, it's right there in the name. Heavy metal. Right, come on.
Yeah. It's very nice when you think about how the environment comprises us, right? How we are
Yeah.
not I wouldn't say a victim of the environment, but we cannot deny it. We cannot pass it up, right? This is very nice. That's what happens to the metal fair as well. Okay, thank you.
Fala.
Yeah.
Mas quer
Eu ia
traduzir?
falar. Calma aí. Eu ia falar
Desculpa, eu não falei a versão, desculpe.
Não, eu ia falar que está explicado a inspiração do God Flash.
Ah, sim.
Fala pro Dave isso aí, faz favor.
Pessoal, Dave, he's saying that's why we can now you can understand the inspiration for God Flash, right?
Yeah, exactly. That believe it or not, that's exactly the band I had in mind when I'm thinking about that industrial pounding. So yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Also, by the way, nice shirt. That's a really nice Doom shirt you got there.
Whoa!
Don't get excited.
I'm jealous.
That was the fastest direction I've ever seen anyone get.
Doom.
Yeah, great band.
Ok, o pessoal estava falando que realmente ele não nasceu em Birmingham, ele nasceu em algumas milhas de lá, um local chamado Bud Street. Ele mudou muito novo para Birmingham, né? E na casa dele, na parte de trás, tinha uma fábrica lá, tinha uma barulhada, todo dia ele acordava aquele bom, todo dia, e realmente isso influenciou muitas bandas, aquela coisa tudo industrial, influenciou muitas bandas heavy metal. Daí vem o termo, talvez coincidentemente, heavy metal.
Inspiração.
Thanks, Dave. Inspiration.
Vamos lá, então, agora na hora do Ivan de novo aí. Vai lá, meu amigo.
O Dave, ele passou por inúmeras bandas, né? Bandas como Hail of Bullets, bandas como Voltroy, Benediction e outros vários projetos. Como é que é se adequar tão facilmente com a linha vocal que ele tem, né, nessas bandas? Assim?
Okay. If I was asking about the bands that you passed through, like Voltroy or Benediction and your side projects, how is it to get your vocals in this kind of bands, because they're completely different?
Yeah, just hard work, really. I mean, for Benediction, when I first joined, it was being in the right place at the right time. I met the guys in a pub in Birmingham, and Barney had just left because he was doing Napalm Death, and they were doing Benediction were going to do a tour at exactly the same time as Napalm Death. So Barney had to choose which band, and I met them in the pub and said, "Look, I'll audition," and they said, "Yeah, okay." And then, well, the rest is pretty much history. But for like Bolt Thrower, you know, they asked me when I'd left Benediction if I wanted to, you know, be their singer, and I've been a fan for forever. So I jumped at that. And the other bands that I've done, they were just things that I was doing at the time. And also I'm still currently in, like, I think it's about 8 different bands now, and most of them are just my own projects and that, and they may never get to play live. I hope they do, but we'll see how that goes. Depends, because there's the one that's coming out pretty soon, Hell, Frost and Fire. I'm very very proud of that one. I can't wait for people to hear that, because I'm a huge fan of Celtic Frost, and basically it's Celtic Frost worship. I'm going to be the first to admit that. So
Before anyone says something about it, it is.
Exactly. You know, and additionally, that I'm friends with Tom from Triptychon, Celtic Frost, etc. I'm friends with him, and if I could say that if I could send a message to my teenage self and say, "You're going to be friends with that guy one day," like I wouldn't believe it. I honestly would not believe it, because he's such a wonderful man. Like he's
pretty kind.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Here's to Tom.
Yeah. Okay. Gonna say Portuguese here a little bit. Ele fala que deu bastante trabalho, assim, né, essa questão dos vocais dele nas outras bandas, mas no Benediction ele estava na hora certa, no lugar certo, então foi tranquilo, assim, né, ele conheceu o pessoal num pub, e aí, né, convidaram para dizer, tá, ok, pulou dentro. Quando ele saiu do Benediction, a galera do Bolt Thrower convidou ele para tocar com o Bolt Thrower, né, e ele é também fanático por Bolt Thrower, não pensou duas vezes, já foi com tudo. Né? Então, tipo, ele tem ainda outros projetos também, um monte de projetos que ele gostaria que tocassem ao vivo, mas acho que nunca vai acontecer. E o novo projeto dele, que é o Hellfrost and Fire, que é bem na linha do Celtic Frost, né? Que ele é fanático também, baita fã, que nem alguém que eu não conheço, né? O Jorge. Eu não conheço a banda. Então, ele tá bem entusiasmado, né, com o som do Hellfrost and Fire, né? Também ele é muito amigo do Tom Warrior também, tanto que ele disse ali que se eu do futuro entrasse em contato com eu do passado dele lá, dissesse que ele ia ser amigo do Tom Warrior, ele não ia acreditar, né? Porque Tom é uma pessoa bem gentil, bem diferente do que as pessoas imaginam, assim, e ele é bem feliz por ter essa amizade também. Eu sei. Né, então, tipo, o Hellfrost and Fire ele também espera que possa tocar logo também, né? Eu vou colocar uma pergunta aqui, aproveitando. Just to add about Hellfrost and Fire, have you thought about inviting Tom to have a participation on it?
I have thought about it. I just haven't asked him yet. I want to see how the first album gets received before we ask about the second one. So before we even think about the second one, so we'll see how it goes. So far, people have said that the two tracks that they've heard, people have really enjoyed them. So that's good news. So we'll see. Also, can I just say quickly another shout out to UV Ray, who's just popped up saying that he's joined. Nice one, mate. Nice, really good to see you.
Yeah.
Also, Kristen as well and Terry. But yeah, nice one, fellas and ladies.
Ok, so speaking in Portuguese here. Bom, o Hellfrost and Fire tá com 2 sons gravados, o pessoal que ouviu gostou bastante até agora. Eu perguntei pra ele se tem alguma chance de ele convidar o Tom Warrior pra fazer uma participação, ele diz que isso passa na cabeça dele, mas não agora. Primeiro vai gravar o primeiro disco, quem sabe, como for o primeiro disco, se o primeiro disco for bem, né, ele convida o Tom Warrior pra fazer participação no segundo, mas ele tá bem entusiasmado com o resultado do primeiro ali, com esses 2 sons, né? E já vê que ele já tá planejando o segundo álbum. Então o Hellfrost tá pegando mesmo ali. Pode ir.
O Maurício quer complementar. Vai lá, Maurício.
Vai lá, Maurício.
Yeah. Gotta get that to take a picture. Oh, you're in the picture. I would like to be in this picture. Great. Dave.
I hope I got everybody in there. But,
Great. When we talk about Celtic Frost, you said that you were a big fan, huge fan, actually.
yes.
And it was very funny when it said, one day I have to be friends with this guy. You thought, right? So imagine yourself how we felt when we could get this interview done. It was very nice. It was very friendly. So you can imagine the comparison, because we are huge fans too. I think that's impossible not to be a fan of Celtic Frost, right?
Yeah, of course. They were as someone just posted, they were the pioneers of this. I say that Celtic Frost and a band called Mantis, which was fronted by Cam Lee, they were the pioneers, and also the band Possessed for the term death metal. But those bands, they were the pioneers. They started this this genre, this extreme music. So hats off to them.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Vai lá, Jay.
Eu acho que tem que dar uma traduzida, né, mano?
Resumei, mano.
Vai lá, pode ir.
Vai, Christian. Vai lá, Christian.
Fazer pergunta?
Tradução.
A tradução, né? Acho. Rapidinho, só um resumão,
ok.
né?
Tá, não, ele tava falando ali que é impossível tu não gostar de Celtic Frost porque eles são dos pioneiros nesse quesito. O Mantas também, né, do Cam Lee, né, que também é com o Chuck, né, lembrando disso, né. tipo, primeira bandinha dele lá, mas o vocal era o Tio Khan, né, que ele também é fã, e o Possessor também, que são os pioneiros no gênero do death metal, colocar o nome de death metal, né, então, tipo, essas bandas são pilares, né, não tem como não gostar delas, assim, né, então, tipo, faz parte ali, e também faz parte da carreira dele, essas bandas também, né, influenciou bastante, assim.
Eu queria pegar um gancho com o death metal, né, e já que falou em Birmingham, o death metal, o britânico, ele tem algo bem peculiar, né? Comparado com outros, né? A gente sempre tem um parâmetro Suécia, Estados Unidos, e na visão do David, o que ele atribui a essa peculiaridade? O que torna o death metal britânico bem diferente dos demais?
Okay, so when we talk about death metal, most of the people realize, like, we talk about the differences between American death metal, Swedish death metal, but then we have the death metal made in Birmingham, which is very different from both, you know, like it's pretty peculiar. So what do you attribute this peculiarity to the Birmingham death metal bands?
I think, again, it goes back to the industrial side of things. It was a huge influence on everything. So that's all I can put down to that. I think with the Swedish stuff, one band learned how to turn everything onto full and then hit the guitars, and it sounds awesome. That's Swedish D-beat is one of my favorite forms of death metal.
Yeah.
I love listening to that. There's a band called Entrails. I absolutely worship that band.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. They are killer.
Great. Ok. So, falando aí dessa diferença, dessa peculiaridade do death metal de Birmingham, ele também atribui isso ao local por ser totalmente industrial, né? E o death metal sueco, ele tem aquela formulazinha que a gente conhece, né? Também ele fala aí do Entrails, que ele é fã, bacana. A banda é muito boa. Quem nunca escutou vai correr atrás aí.
É um baita elogio, hein? Um baita elogio vindo dele.
Então, tipo, ele considera que essa peculiaridade é o ambiente mesmo, né? O ambiente influenciou totalmente as bandas de Birmingham ali a soarem mais, essa coisa mais peculiar mesmo ali do lugar onde eles estão, né? Por ser um lugar mais de fábrica, mais industrializado, essas coisas assim. Então, né? Metal batendo, como ele fala, o tempo inteiro, tu acaba, né? Sendo influenciado por isso de uma maneira boa, ruim, ou de uma maneira ou outra, isso aí vai sair na tua música. Então, não tem como escapar, ok? Ivan?
Opa, vou fazer uma pergunta para ele dos últimos álbuns que ele gravou com o Benediction, antes dele sair. Qual foi o álbum preferido dele, assim?
Ok. Ivan is asking about the albums you recorded before you left Benediction. What are your favorite albums?
Oh. Wow.
Tough.
Yeah, it is tough because... You know, there's different aspects to each one.
Yes.
I think I can't. No, there's no way I can say a favorite because that really is impossible. Because there's certain things about each one that, you know, there's memories and then there's songs that you like, and it's impossible to say. I think everybody else, anyone who's not in the band, they would probably say, "Oh, Transcend the Rubicon."
Yeah.
I personally wouldn't, because, you know, that would be a disservice to all the other albums and releases, the EPs as well. So, but yeah, that's kind of how it is when you're a musician. Because if you put out an album and you're not 100% happy with it, then you're an idiot for putting it out. Like, you have to be 100% happy before it goes out. There's no way that you should put out an album. And this is why I always ridicule people who interview me and say, are you happy with the new album? It's like, you're an idiot. Of course I'm happy with it. Otherwise I wouldn't put it out.
I just released it because I had nothing better to do. So
yeah, exactly. Stupid journalism, right there. But, you know, okay, shit happens, and that's fine. But no, I really can't sort of say, which is the favorite of the classic, because I refer to my previous time in Benediction before I left as classic Benediction, and now that I'm back, I call that new, as in NU, new Benediction, and I use the term simply because it's what Doctor Who fans use for the classic Doctor Who and the modern Doctor Who. So I am a geek. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it.
I'm also one, and Andy said not to ask anything about the Doctor.
Oh, well, you can, but I'll just talk the legs off you. Right. Honestly, I'll just go on and on and on.
Agora, então me permite fazer uma pergunta mais fácil para ele. Quais são as melhores capas dos primeiros álbuns?
Ok, só deixa eu fazer a versão dele aí. No quesito de disco favorito, ele é muito difícil para ele, né, definir um disco favorito, porque, ele tá num disco e ele só lança um disco quando ele tá 100% feliz com isso, né, então, tipo, algumas pessoas vão dizer que é o Transição da Rubicon, ele vai dizer que é uma injustiça, porque os outros álbuns também são tão bons quanto, então, cada álbum ali tem a sua peculiaridade, tem sua história, então, para ele isso é muito difícil dizer assim, qual que é o melhor. Ele não lançaria um álbum se ele não estivesse feliz, tanto que ele fala ali que ele critica o jornalismo, né, e hoje os caras perguntam assim, tá feliz com o álbum novo? Não, eu lancei ele por nada. Ou seja, é uma coisa meio idiota de tu perguntar pro cara, né, se ele tá feliz com o álbum que ele lançou. Se ele não tivesse feliz, ele não lançava um álbum. Então, tipo, fica uma pergunta meio idiota, né, perguntar essa questão, assim, pra ele. Nós temos uma pergunta ali do Edson Guerra, Mog, por favor.
Do Edson Guerra, deixa eu ver. Okay. Edson Guerra is one of the person that is a spectator.
Yeah, I can see the question that Edson just asked. What happened to the original Benediction drummer? He quit. Next question.
Great.
Just quit.
Ele largou fora, só isso, mais nada.
Vazou, Went away.
Pode perguntar aí, então, Ivan.
Sobre a capa. Qual arte de capa que ele acha mais bonita, digamos? Eles tinham, as artes dos primeiros álbuns eram magníficas. Né?
Yes. So, Ivan is asking, what is your favorite artwork for the band?
Well, it's definitely not Grind Bastard.
Well, Grind Bastard.
That cheesy fucking Spider-Man cover is awful.
Concordo com ele. Acho que é uma das piores capas deles.
Yeah.
Evan says that he agrees.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Totally, mate. No, I'd say... that's difficult. Again, it's difficult because there was different things. Like, if you look at the cover of The Dreams You Dread, that piece of art was actually made. The band had to sit down and have our faces cast. When we had them made, and the eyes on the mine, they're not my eyes, they're somebody else's. They're the wrong color for a start. That was the artist himself. He stood behind it while someone else took the photo. But so every cover is, again, it has something different about it. The one thing I can say is that the guy who drew the artwork for Scriptures, his name is we'll just call him Wolf, but he was also the bass player for Benediction on a tour in 1992. I don't know if you knew that.
No, he didn't. Great.
But so we sort of kept it in the family, and that was a good thing. He's also done some artwork for one of my other projects as well, a single, a 7-inch. I'm putting out my one band, Stygian Dark. He's done the artwork for that as well, and it's pretty sick. So I'm quite pleased with his work. He's a good lad. I say lad. He's the same age as me.
Bom, então, speaking in Portuguese a little bit. No quesito ali das capas também, para ele é difícil, né? Ele nomeou a que ele menos gosta ali, que todo mundo já sabe, que é óbvio, né? E a capa do Scriptures, ele colocou uma curiosidade aí, né? Quem fez foi o Wolf, que é também ex-baixista do Benediction, também fez os projetos dele e agora que tá fazendo umas capas que são bem legais também. Nós temos aí mais uma pergunta da audiência aí. Vai lá, Mog.
Okay, we got a question from the audience. Rafael Pereira is a Brazilian name. He's asking, what are the remembrances? What are remembrances of the time of the Transcend the Rubicon? What can you remember from that period?
Not a lot, because it was nearly 30 years ago. But the tour that we did around Europe just after the album was released. We were supposed to go out with Dismember, but they couldn't do it. So we called up Atheist, and they came out with us. And it was Benediction, Atheist, and Cemetery, the Swedish band Cemetery. And it was probably the most fun I've ever had on a tour. It was just amazing. It really was. I could tell stories, but we'd be here for hours listening to all this. There was so much that went on. It was, but it was a lot of fun. It really was so much fun. And the recording of the album as well, because we had Carl come in and do some vocals. Also, Jan Chris from Gorefest, he came in, did some vocals. And there was a guy called Maka. I haven't heard a thing from him for, well, probably since we did the recording. It was back in '93. I haven't heard from him since. I hope he's all right. If you're watching this, Maka, get in touch. Drop us a line, eh? But yeah, we had a great time in the studio making the album. So yeah, it's all good memories. I don't think there was anything ever bad.
Ok. Rafael, ele falou que tem 30 anos atrás, então tem muito tempo que não dá para lembrar muita coisa. Mas que a turnê pela Europa que eles fizeram eram para ser eles e o Dismember. Só que o Dismember não pôde. Então eles acabaram fazendo ele, o The Atheist e o Cemetery, que é uma banda sueca. E que ele lembra que foi muito divertimento, foi muito legal, que se eu tivesse que contar aqui, ia ficar horas contando, e não daria para a gente ter tempo para falar sobre isso por causa do tempo, né? Mas aqui, para ele foi um momento, apesar de não lembrar muita coisa, foi um momento muito divertido.
Ok. Eu posso fazer uma perguntinha aí?
Vai lá.
Ok, então. Eu vou fazer uma pergunta meio polêmica. Okay, so it's like we're going to talk about controversial issues. Yeah, I think you're gonna like it, but I'm curious to listen to your opinion about it. Like being a reverend for the Church of Satan, how do you see those fucking pseudo-satanic black metal bands?
To be honest with you, I rarely speak on my affiliation with the Church of Satan. You are correct. I am a reverend in the church. And let me just end this by saying, if you'd like to know more about Satanism, you can go to churchofsatan.com and read the frequently asked questions section. You'll get all the information you want right there. As for these black metal bands, I'm not a fan of black metal particularly. There's I think maybe two bands that I like. One being Hecate Enthroned, and that's I can't remember the other one as well. Actually, I've forgotten who it is. So one band. One black metal band.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult to find. I follow the Church of Satan and I follow Part of the Labor and things like that. And for me, I enjoy a lot of black metal bands, but the lyrics is a pain in the ass sometimes. So that's why I asked. Like it sounds more like inverted Christianism, and I think
exactly. It is. That's what it is.
Yeah, I think it's infected death metal bands too. That's the problem. thank you for your explanation. Can I give the version em português?
Sure.
Ok, eu tava falando aqui sobre as bandas de black metal satânicas, e ele é reverendo da igreja de Satã, pra quem não sabe, tá? Então, tanto que ele aconselha ali, se alguém quiser saber mais sobre satanismo, coisas afim, né? Entra ali na igreja de Satã, né, no site deles ali, contém bastante informações sobre o que é satanismo de verdade. Quanto ao black metal, ele não gosta, não acompanha nenhuma banda de black metal, só duas, uma ele esqueceu o nome pra te ver, então é só uma, que é o Untitled, né? Né? Mas pra fins, assim, só pra terminar a polêmica, assim, ele não gosta muito desses assuntos aí em banda de black metal, que também eu chamo de cristianismo invertido, e ele também, tipo, uma coisa que não acrescenta nada, assim, não tem nada a ver com o satanismo propriamente dito. E como ele falou, ele não segue bandas de black metal, né? E como eu disse, as letras são muito ruins. Vai lá, Jorge.
Agora é uma pergunta bem particular aí, a gente acompanha, né? Todo mundo acompanha o David aí no Facebook, e ele seguido tá postando umas fotos de vinis, né?
Uhum.
E a gente percebe ali um gosto bastante eclético dele, né? Que bastante variado. Eu queria saber uma curiosidade, sim, se ele tem um acervo bastante grande, e se realmente ele é eclético dentro do metal, fora do metal. Qual é o critério dele para adquirir vinil? Seguidamente ele está tirando uma fotinho, né, com o disco que ele recebeu aí, enfim, só curiosidade mesmo aí, que a gente também gosta de vinil.
Ok, quer fazer pergunta, Mog?
Pode ser tu, Cristiano, não sei.
Tá, ok. Então tá. George was asking about your vinyl collection, right? That you have pretty different stuff, you know, like lots of different bands. Like we can say that I'm also kind of a peculiar fan of different styles too, and you have lots of different bands. So, like, how do you see this, like, your collection, and about your musical taste, which is completely different, because when you post something like on your LP collections or vinyls, it's like not always as metal. Sometimes you post something that is pretty difficult to find and people don't even know about it, and it's like the importance of things.
Yeah, my tastes are very eclectic, meaning they cross the board. I've always said I will listen to music that's written from the heart. Yeah. If it's not written from the heart, then forget about it. That sort of stuff is usually the pop music crap, the boy band stuff that's just made to sell. It's made to make young girls wet their knickers and go out and buy it, you know. So anything that's written with heart is I can listen to it. I may not like it particularly very much, but I will definitely give it a chance.
Yeah.
So I mean, my musical tastes go from the extreme death metal to Jethro Tull to De La Soul to desert rock, which you probably wouldn't believe. But anyway, you know, and yeah, I have this. I mean, right now I am listening to a lot of desert rock. It's. And I'm sure that within, you know, maybe in a year or something, I'll be listening to something else a lot as well. But right now, this is it's as the kids say, it's my jam. So
yeah.
But yeah, you know, as long as music is written with heart and has feeling to it, and it's not just there to create money for other people who don't have musical talent. Then I'll give it a listen.
Yeah, ok. Well, speaking in Portuguese. Bom, ele falou ali que ele tem um gosto bem eclético, né? Vai desde o death metal extremo até o desert rock, que é o que ele tá ouvindo bastante, né? Ele é fã também de Jethro Tull, essas coisas assim. Ele escuta bastante música que toca ele. Quando o negócio é escrito da alma, assim, do coração, ele gosta bastante, assim. E provavelmente, mesmo que ele não goste muito, assim, ele vai dar uma chance, porque ele viu que foi escrito, assim, ele não gosta muito de banda pop, essas coisas, justamente porque é uma coisa feita pra vender, né, é uma coisa só pra, tipo, plástica, tu vende pra gurizada, coisa e tal, mas o estilo dele, assim, né, é mais eclético mesmo, assim, então, tipo, ele gosta, se tocar ele vai lá e pega, né, nem ele falou do Jethro Tull, ele pode fazer a pergunta, Ivan.
Aproveitando só sobre música, ele conhece alguma banda do Brasil? E ele já, e quando o Benediction veio no Brasil, não foi com ele, foi com outro vocal, com o Dave Hunt. Teria alguma chance deles de alguma turnê, alguma coisa programada para 2022, 2023 no Brasil, já com ele?
Okay. Well, Ivan was asking about bands in Brazil, if you know any bands from Brazil. Also, Benediction played in Brazil, but you were not part of the band at that time. And he is asking if there is a chance to see Benediction live in 2022 here with you singing. Hope so.
Brazilian bands. Yeah. Hang on a second, actually. I have one. You will not believe it. This is amazing. But right here, I have that one. It's it's Crucifixion BR.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a participation on the band. I remember that.
Yeah, exactly. And Juliana sent me the CD, and it's right there. I actually haven't opened it yet because I don't have my CD player connected. I'm waiting to buy a new one. My old one's a bit basically it's a bit shit. So I'm waiting to buy a new one. So, and I don't want to open it just yet. So, but yeah, that's one of the greatest. I mean, there's obviously Sepultura. Everybody knows Sepultura.
Yeah.
How about as for playing live? Obviously, we couldn't do the tour that we were supposed to do in the beginning of 2020 because I was rushed into hospital because of this damn hip. So sorry about that, folks. Really am sorry. And as soon as we are able to come back, we will. When with the whole pandemic, the COVID thing going on, we just can't say, yes, we'll be there at that time. We just got to wait and see how this thing ends and when it ends. So keep your fingers crossed, but we will do our fucking best to get there, okay? Trust me.
Yeah. Okay, so speaking about Brazilian bands, Portuguese, falando das bandas brasileiras, né? Ele conhece, obviamente, Sepultura. Ele mostrou aí o CD do Crucifixion BR, tá? Que é uma banda aqui do Rio Grande do Sul, inclusive, a qual ele tem uma participação no CD, né? O CD dele não abriu porque ele tá sem o aparelho de CD, o dele foi pro saco. Né? Então, tipo, ele ainda não escutou. A Juliana que mandou pra ele, a Juliana é a batera da banda, mandou pra ele o CD, né? Tipo, tá lá. Ele gosta bastante da banda, gosta bastante de Sepultura. Quanto a shows, né, ele teve o problema dele no quadril e não pôde, né, fazer a turnê, mas eles esperam sim vir logo aqui pro Brasil pra tocar. Vai lá.
Audience.
Yeah. Okay. Dave, there's a question from the audience. Can you read that?
Marcus Miller.
Oh, David has a Cyberman head. In which episodes can we see this fight? Wow. I think it's the one that's called Army of Ghosts and Doomsday. That's the episodes you want to look out for.
Respondeu, Marcos.
Tradução, rapidinho, por favor.
Ok. Vai lá, Cris.
Christian caiu? Pode ser você, Monk. Vamos lá.
Okay.
Meu áudio caiu.
Ok. Caiu. Você ouviu, Cris?
Não, eu não consegui, meu áudio caiu.
Ok. Could you repeat the answer, please?
Oh, okay. The two episodes that that Marcos has asked about, the episodes are called Army of Ghosts and Doomsday. It's like two parts. They're connected. That's where this thing's from.
Marcos, você falou que os dois episódios são Doomsday e Army of Ghosts. Exército de fantasmas aí, okay?
Boom. That's the one.
Yeah.
Audience again.
Yeah, Perceptor is asking.
Okay, I see that one. I've been asked this so many times. How come your vocals are so strong now? Because there's so many other other people say this. I'm not saying this. Other people have said to me that there's death metal vocalists whose sound has gone down over the years, but yours has stayed the same. Or I quit smoking about 10, 11 years ago. That's a big help, obviously. And I did take time out from actually singing. I was doing albums. I was doing Down Among the Dead Men and Echelon and Just Before Dawn, and there was so many bands that I was doing, but I wasn't constantly going out live playing it, every night. So that is something that helps as well, and also just generally taking care of your voice. It's an asset. If you don't take care of it, you're going to lose it. And be nice to yourself, and it'll keep going forever, or at least as long as I'm keeping going.
Ele falou que o mais importante, uma das coisas muito importantes foi ter parado de fumar, né? E que não ele dizendo, outras pessoas falaram que o vocal dele tem se mantido esse tempo, porque ele tem tomado cuidado com a saúde dele, apesar de ter cantado direto, e que ele redundou isso aí, que outras pessoas falam, muitas bandas de death metal, o vocal está indo embora, está se perdendo com o tempo, né, por causa de vários fatores, mas é mais para você manter isso, mesmo ficando velho, você tem que se cuidar, né? Essa parte mais importante é cuidar de você mesmo, né, cuidar de si, gostar de si, né. We got another question from the audience.
I see. Yeah, from my friend Terry. Actually, the Swedish tour was cancelled because of COVID. What's the next tour that hopefully might happen? I have no idea. I honestly, I can't say one way or the other what's going to happen because we don't know. There are so many people, and I'm going to call them idiots, who are causing the pandemic to be extended because they're not understanding the science behind it. Wear a mask, socially distance, get your vaccines. That's why things are mutating. That's why the virus keeps getting different variants, because they have hosts to mutate in, because idiots don't get their vaccine.
Yeah.
So so the next tour, I don't know, but as soon as we do know, we will post about it online on social media. And so keep following Benediction, keep following me if you're connected to me, and I will let everyone know. Promise.
Ok. Traduzindo a pergunta do Samuel Zolina, que ele fez sobre as turnês canceladas, o Dave não sabe quando vai acontecer, né? E tá difícil de entender, até porque tem muitos idiotas aí que não aceitam a ciência, não querem tomar vacina, não querem usar máscara, não mantêm o distanciamento social como é necessário. Então tu tem aí o vírus sendo bastante hospedeiro para continuar na ativa, e isso aí tá dificultando bastante, né, para as coisas acontecerem, que as pessoas não têm consciência da ciência, né, que jaz por trás do vírus. Então, né, fica meio que difícil de prever, né, quando que a pandemia vai acabar, porque justamente esse tipo de pessoa, né, acaba dificultando mais ainda as coisas por não aceitarem esse tipo de coisa. Eu vou adicionar uma curiosidade.
Mais uma audiência ali. Fala
ali. Still talking about the vaccination, we had the opportunity to talk to the great late Eric Wagner, and I remember he said that he would rather die than taking the vaccine, and he died, unfortunately. That was really shocking for me, and it's like I think some of the musicians, they should be more careful about giving their opinions about vaccines and things like that. How do you see this kind of things?
I'm sad that Eric died. I'm sad that he passed away. But yeah, it was his choice not to get the vaccine. And as it is the same for all the others who choose not to. That was a sad loss to music, but
yeah,
the choice was made. So I see there's a question here from Eduardo. How big of an influence was your twin vocal brother, Cam Lee? Let me just say, a huge influence, a massively huge influence. If it wasn't for Cam and Tom G Warrior, or Thomas Gabriel rather, I would not be doing this. If it wasn't for those two guys, I would not be doing this. So.
Just let me add that when I first listened to the scriptures without the blind ear, I just felt like, what the hell is Conley doing here? I don't know, it's Dave. Like that.
Yeah, there's times I've been on one of Cam's albums for his band, The Grotesquerie, and also the new Massacre album as well, Resurgence. I was on there, and I've listened back to the song, and I couldn't remember which parts I sang, and I'm listening to the song, and I'm thinking,
it's not me. No,
is that me, or is that Cam? And I just couldn't get it. But yeah, he's like I say, he's a massive influence on me. Also, the new Massacre album, Resurgence, is one of my favorite albums, my top picks for this year's releases.
Yeah,
and I have several that are really, really good albums. So, but yeah, the new Massacre. If you haven't got it, get it.
Yeah. Bom, respondendo ao Eduardo Jari ali, a influência do Conley é tipo gigantesca, né? Tanto que é massiva. Né? Ele adora o Conley, é fã total. Também gosta das outras bandas dele e elogiou bastante esse novo álbum do Massacre, né? O novo Massacre. Ele também tem uma participação nesse álbum, no qual a gente tava brincando ali, que nem ele sabe quando é ele cantando, quando é o Conley, porque ele não lembra, de tão parecido que o vocal tá. Eu já disse pra ele, quando eu escutei o Scriptures, né, por acaso, assim, meio blind ear da vida, assim, eu fiquei ouvindo assim, o Conley tá cantando aí? Aí depois fui ver, não tá, não. Ok. Vai lá.
Já, né, o papo tá bom, enfim, eu queria perguntar aqui como, né, se o Benediction já tem algo preparado aí, né, foi prejudicado, a gente entendeu aí que a pandemia aí jogou um balde d'água fria nos planos aí de divulgação de Scriptures, e se ele já tem aí composições para um próximo play, qual é a expectativa que a gente pode aí, né, ter em função aí do novo trabalho? Por favor.
Quer perguntar, Maurício?
Posso. Okay, Dave, Jay is asking about, because after probably the pandemic, the scripture tour and all things afterwards were broken down, right? Because of the situation.
Yeah.
Do you have something ready for on your record on what are the expectancy for the things to come?
We've got a whole bunch of new material ready. I have it on my desktop here right now. I've already recorded vocals on one song, like just a demo. It's not going to be released, and sent it to the band. And I was discussing it with them today, saying, should I talk about this? And they said, yeah, sure. But the song is called. No, actually, no. I'm not going to give away song titles. Sorry, can't do that. That actually was an accident. That was an accident. I nearly gave away a song title, and I can't do that. But but yeah, we are writing new material. We're not in a rush to do it because we haven't played live for Scriptures yet. So we got that to come first. So we're taking our time, and we're going to do what we did like last time, which is like listen to the songs, and when everyone's happy 100%, only then will we say, boom, that song's done.
Okay.
And so there is new material coming, but we're not sure when it's going to be. And before you translate that. I just want to say that one of the comments that just popped up on the screen was from a friend of mine called Kristen, and that's actually James Murphy's wife, and she says her and James say hello and send love. So hi Kristen, hi James. There it is again. Yeah, the same comment has just popped up.
Yeah. Exactly.
But that's James Murphy's girl. So what a great guitarist he is. Oh my God.
Yeah.
If Benediction ever need a third guitarist, I think we'd have to have James.
Yeah.
Like the Iron Maiden. Okay. Ele falou que já tem toneladas.
Já convido o James ao vivo para participar aí, ó. Vai lá,
Ele falou que
Maurício.
tem toneladas de. Pode falar. Ele tem toneladas de coisas já gravadas, mas inclusive já tem uma música, ele quase soltou o nome, foi um acidente, ia soltar, acabou não soltando, mas ele já gravou o vocal. É uma demo, tá no computador dele, e tá mandando para os outros caras da banda para eles verem. Não estão fazendo nada correndo, porque não tem nem porquê pela situação que está acontecendo. Estão fazendo as coisas passo a passo para a coisa acontecer de uma maneira bem legal. E ele pediu para não deixar de traduzir, mandando um abraço aí para os amigos dele, da James Murphy, a esposa dele, a namorada Dave. Mandou um beijo para eles lá. E é isso aí. Thank you, Dave.
Legal. Então, a gente vai aí, agradece, deixa o espaço para o David aí, deixar as últimas considerações. Agradece demais aí. É uma honra aí, bacana demais estar com ele aqui. E era isso, né? Quem é que faz essas honras para nós aí? Pode ser Christian?
Okay. So, just to finish, okay, it was a great honor to talk to you today. We're very happy for
the honor was all mine. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, we're very happy for the opportunity. Okay, it's like we all love your singing, and also we are fans of Benediction too. So feel free to leave a message to all the fans and all the people who are watching live.
Alrighty. Yeah. Now, everybody, stay safe. Get your vaccine. Wear your mask. Socially distance. So that we can get back to playing shows. That's what we really want to do, is play live. And we've had shows cancelled over and over and over again. And we want to get back to playing them. God damn it. But as well, if you stay true to your scene, the scene will stay true to you. So stay metal. And definitely enjoy yourselves. Indulgence over abstinence is the way to go.
Então, para fechar aqui, né, a mensagem dele pro pessoal daqui, né, principalmente do Brasil, né, fiquem, né, mantenham a distância um do outro, né, usem máscaras, tomem suas vacinas, que a gente quer ter show de novo, a gente quer que as pessoas possam ver um show. Benediction tá louco para fazer um show, né, mas, né, vamos lá, né, tipo, sejam conscientes, né, a gente depende disso para que possamos voltar a uma vida normal, tá? Então, foi isso aí.
Então, muito bom. Thank you so much, David.
Oh, you're very welcome. Oh, one more thing I've forgotten to say. If you like this T-shirt, you can get it from satanme.com.
Okay. Se alguém quiser...
I have to promote that because they are the best.
Fala, Mog.
Fala, Mog.
Ok, pessoal, ele está mostrando a camisa dele ali, não a minha, né? A dele. Ele está promovendo a camisa. Oh, David, show again the stamp. Se a galera gostou, ele quiser comprar, você vai entrar no Satan Me.
That's embroidered as well.
Nice.
Ele falou que
é bordado.
É bordado, né? E é muito legal que está promovendo.
Highest quality ever.
Melhor coragem. Ok.
Maravilha.
Não esquece do site aí.
Qual que é o site?
Satanme.com.
Yeah, satanme.com. And also check out UV Ray's book, Drug Story. It talks about Birmingham, the city of Birmingham, in the 1990s. And Benediction and myself are actually featured in the book. The book's called Drug Story, by the author UV Ray, who's actually watching this, or at least unless he's drunk too much whiskey, I don't know. If he has,
by the way,
I applaud.
Yeah. Oh, Dave, by the way, UV Ray said that every time he meets you, he's going to say, "Are you happy with the last record?"
Então,
okay.
falando...
Rapidinho. Vamos lá.
Fala do livro aí, Mog.
Ele falou que tem o UV Ray, tem UV Ray, procurar na internet, UV Ray. Dave, can you repeat UV Ray? Bookstore?
It's uvray.com, I think. I'm sorry, I forgot the thing. But if you Google it, if you search for UV Ray and the book Drug Story, you'll get the website.
Okay.
It's on Amazon as well. So.
On Amazon. UVRAY, livraria, né? Só botar book, vocês vão achar.
Yeah, there he is.
Nice one. He's still here. Good man. Good man.
Ok, só para adentrar aí o livro, né? O livro conta um pouco da história de Birmingham na década de 90 e o Benediction também é mencionado no livro e ele também tá ali no livro. Então, né? Quem quiser acompanhar um pouco da história aí, né? Procure o livro.
Muito
leia.
bom. Terça-feira que vem é o John McEntee, Incantation, conosco aqui no Heavy Culture. Fechando a agenda de dezembro e a do ano aí, né? Então, thank you so much, David.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
I'll do it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Continuem se cuidando e obrigado aí. E ótimo final de semana a todos.
Obrigado a todos aí. Só interrompendo o Jorge. Se inscreva no canal, clica no sininho.
I don't think you have to translate this, but hail Satan.
Hail Satan. Yeah. For the people over there, okay, subscribe the channel and ring the bell button.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.